All right, guys, I think we're live, so we should be good to go with this Q&A stream. Obviously, some big news breaking. I was asleep for the news, so let's talk about it now. Come on with a tour. There's a genuine chance 1/3 of the coaches are fired. Well, we got 8 right now. It took you long enough. Yeah, you're not kidding. We got 8 right now. 1/3 would be about 11. Bowles is staying already. I don't see how 1/3's getting fired. I don't see how it's going to be 1/3. How's it going, Cujo? How's it going, Sir Knight Rider? Appreciate all you guys tuning in. Appreciate the Tiro Gamana. I don't think we're going to see a third get fired. We've seen a quarter. I don't think we're going to see 3 more. So, Mike McDaniel fired. Yeah, it's Black Week at this point. Yeah, forget Black Monday. Now everyone's coming for carnage. Sirianni, no. Sirianni's not getting fired. Tomlin's not getting fired. McDermott, depends. McDermott, it entirely depends on what happens. How they lose and whatnot. Yeah, as a Pats fan, you don't like the move. That makes sense. Aaron Glenn can be fired late. So we have some reports about why the move went down that I'm going to show on stream. And then we're going to go from there. So let's show you the move about why the Dolphins fired him. Because he was originally safe. He was originally safe. A dumb decision, every coach got fired like with Harbaugh. I did so many on McDaniel. Maybe I'll do another one on McDaniel, but there wasn't really one that I was like missing with McDaniel. Harbaugh had such a long coaching career where there was stuff that I never got a chance to get to. McDaniel, I pretty much got to everything. So, this is the report as to why he got fired. So, they met on Tuesday, and the outcome of the meeting was very conflicted. Jeff with the tour, anyone really surprised with this? I'm a little bit. I'm definitely a little bit surprised. Especially because they ended the season well. And not just that. It wasn't just that they ended the season well. It was that, well, they already announced Bowles is safe. I appreciate the tour, man. I think part of the reason, too, why this is surprising is the timing. It has nothing to do with Harbaugh, apparently. Apparently has nothing to do with Harbaugh. Right, all the serious Miami GM candidates didn't want McDaniel, so he's gone. It could be that. Apparently the meeting didn't go well. They're going to conduct the head coaching search after a GM's in place. But the decision had nothing to do with Harbaugh. Would have been fired either way. So, take it for what it's worth. Take that for what it's worth. They're going to be talking with Harbaugh. There's no way they're not going to be talking with Harbaugh. They're going to make the decision either way. I think Harbaugh definitely helped, even despite the reports. The fact that he's available, but there's another vacancy now. Lions and McDaniel, yeah, that's the right move. That's a good fit for McDaniel. He goes to the Lions offense, so they're going to be right back in the swing of things. Dolphins are here more as a coach. Right now, I'd say it has nothing to do with Harbaugh, yeah. Yeah, they, I would not think, I would not think that. I would not think that. So again, Mike McDaniel, I just was not crazy about, obviously, his game management skills, the way he handled people, was always concerning. He didn't seem like he knew what he was doing. And obviously the results with Mike McDaniel have been very disappointing. But what I like about this move, you finally get a clean slate. Get Flores and McDaniel, man. You get a clean slate. Aaron Glenn go back to being a DC if fired? Yes. Yes. You get a clean slate. So you fire Chris Greer. You fire McDaniel. And now, for the first time, what feels like forever, you're truly starting from scratch. For the first time forever, you're finally able to do something that's not a half measure. Yeah, you were the mystery rescue team. You were. It was right. Yeah, Bowles apparently safe. Yep, they already say safe. He's made some changes. Grizzard is gone. Special teams corner is gone. They fired a few coaches. MSR's been for 23 months. I appreciate you, man. Maybe McDaniel can learn how to talk to me about word salads. That would help. That would definitely help his cause. So it's funny, McDaniel's going to get some looks for head coach, but also some looks for OC. He's going to be in the mix for both positions. Bowles safe for 26. They reach out to Mike already, and that's the right move. That'd be a great thing. Right, Glenn wasn't a good DC, but knowing Dan Campbell, he would no problem probably bringing him back. Yeah, Glenn's the only coach with a chance of being fired. Maybe McDermott if they lose in bloodbath fashion. Other than that, I can't say it. Right, to win games, you have to win the games. Yeah, please don't hire Detroit. Yeah, Detroit will try to get McDaniel for OC. Yes, I think that'd be a great move. I think it'd be a phenomenal move. Who should get as a GM? Well, you've interviewed 6, or you're looking at 6 guys, and 3 of them are with the Niners brass. Who will hire Jonathan Russell next OC? He'll call a lot of shotgun and pistol formation. Jeez, come on with it. Also, LaFleur can be fired from the Packers. That's not happening. LaFleur's not leaving. He's not getting fired from the Packers. There is no universe where this year LaFleur gets fired from the Packers. I would be flabbergasted. I'll put a bet on that if you want. I will put a bet. I don't see it happening. Mike McCarthy interview with the Giants, it's so funny, too. It's so funny why they're interviewing McCarthy now and why they're interviewing Jason Garrett now. They literally had a chance to do that. They had a chance to interview those guys a month ago, 2 months ago, when they got rid of Dable. Now you're wasting time in the interview process to interview guys you could have hired before. It's crazy. Yeah, LaFleur's not going to be on the hot seat. Just from the stream guard. Oh, all good, Michael. All good. Appreciate you tuning in. Which team could hire Harbaugh? I think it's with the Giants. I think the Giants, it's Harbaugh or bust for the Giants, I think. If the Giants don't get Harbaugh, I'll be really surprised. Do you really think any of us believe to win that game, you have to lose the game? Man, yeah, without McDaniel, I never would have known that. Without McDaniel's word salad, would never know that. Yeah, Arsenal Liverpool so goalless. Yep, McCarthy just so funny. I want to hire him so badly. Glad gets fired next season. Fact, I think in season. I think he'll get hired. He'll get fired in season. Glad lines protection immediately. Overneal Shield will throw the bag at him if he accepts. No guarantee he will, though he might accept another job. I could see an agreement. I could definitely see something where Campbell's like, look, if you want to take a head coaching job somewhere else, you're more than welcome to. But if you're OC, you'll be the highest paid OC. And I could see something where it's like, come on with the narrative. If Green Bay can get Harbaugh, LaFleur is gone. Why? LaFleur's young. Harbaugh's on the older side of things. I don't know if I'm messing that up. Appreciate the tour, man. But I highly doubt that. But so many injuries to the Packers this year, no reason to fire. No reason whatsoever to fire. No, LaFleur gets a pass. And they've been winning. From 1 to 5, how bad was McDaniel with the Dolphins? I'd say 3. I mean, 5, we're talking Urban Meyer, catastrophic, Bobby Petrino, Aaron Glenn right now. I would say a 3. You literally said to win the game, you have to win the game before I ask you the question. Yep. So funny. You can hire Blah as an assistant so that when McDaniel eventually leaves, we can plug and play Blah. Yeah, that would help. Hire the opposite McDaniel, hire an experienced defensive guy. I think they're going to... Someone that's going to install discipline. Pay no see hire that head coach? Yes, you can. There's nothing against that in the rules. Can I also have a chance to be fired? No chance. No chance on that. Wasn't that bad. The ref just screwed us throughout his tenure. Shane gets fired as Commissioner Harbaugh's hire. I'm going to say fiction. Because Shane is leading the search. There's no way Shane would accept Harbaugh if then Harbaugh would then fire him. That would be the most backwards process. Worst tenure, Meyer, Petrino? I would say Petrino. At least Meyer got us the performance facility. Something Bulls is gone. Tomlin, if the Texans run Pittsburgh out of the building. Tomlin's going to be safe. Again, they don't fire coaches. I mean, they might not extend him past 26, but Bulls already made some staff changes. He's staying. I think it's a mistake, but Bulls is staying. I hope I'm wrong, but he's staying. Got over 2 passes, touch of Trinidad over 54 receiving yards. Wallace Roll. That's nice. Yeah, I could see them hiring a disciplinarian. I can definitely see the Dolphins. They went with a player coach with McDaniel, and you saw a lot of discipline issues. You saw a lot of people, especially after last season, where they said they weren't like going hard on them in practice, and that was why they were losing a lot of games. I could see them going with a disciplinarian type, maybe like a Campanelli type. Thoughts on the Browns' potentially getting Jim Schwartz head coach? I'm not surprised they're interviewing him. I'm not sure it's going to happen, but wouldn't surprise me. I mean, he's been a head coach before. Solid the first time out. Knows Cleveland pretty well, obviously. He's been there for a while as their DC. Wouldn't hate it. Buffalo getting a new head coach to lose to Jacksonville? I think depends. How they lose. I'm never crazy about McDermott's management skills. I think McDermott's holding the team back, but with so many vacancies, I'm not sure who you're going to get. Jags AFC title game? I would love that. Merrick could override Shane? It's going to be tough. Yeah, maybe offensive overhaul on the Chiefs. Yeah, wouldn't shock me. I think anything's on the table. I think Bieniemy potentially coming back to Kansas City as the OC. Wouldn't shock me. Wants someone different from McDaniel, but don't make an overcorrection. We're just doing the opposite. Yeah, Ed Biles try that, and yeah, that did not work out. That would not work out. Finn said players skip players all the means, which are mandatory. The ping pong table, so many issues in Miami. Yep, a lot of issues. Like with a tour, we'll do OT in a little bit. We're going to do OT in a little bit. We're going to start OT in like 5 minutes. Just want to talk about this really quickly. But we'll do OT in a little bit. Appreciate you, man. And we'll get that on. McDermott's safe, but he's never getting Super Bowl. I think if he doesn't get it this year, I'm not sure he's ever getting it. If McDermott doesn't make it this year, there's no Mahomes, there's no Burrow, there are no obstacles in the way, all things considered. The obstacles right now in the way for Buffalo are a second-year quarterback who's inconsistent, a second-year quarterback who's never played a playoff game, Trevor Lawrence, the obstacles they're not there. Any team interview Gannon for head coach? No chance. No way. Yeah, Tyrants interview Jason Garrett. I need a live stream of that. Showing to the Kingdom decisions. No, Mike McCarthy is. It will forever be Mike McCarthy. Yeah, the arena update. It's bad. We're only a month away from the Olympics, and the arena is not even close to done. And now they're going to probably have to take time off. It's nowhere close to being done. Nowhere close. I'm terrified. Or is it a dumb decision I missed out? There are probably a few. Probably a few I did not get to. If he gets tired for whatever reason, I'll do that. Gavin become a DC next year? Yeah, I think so. But he will not be a head coach next year. No one's going to interview him for a head coaching job. I'd be flabbergasted. Yeah, Dolphins could hire Brian Flores. Yeah, that'd be a smart move. Yeah, Brian Flores to Miami. We have, I wonder if I could do a Photoshop of Flores in Miami. Probably could whip something up. Yeah, you like the move? Yeah. I get it. I mean, AC concerning you like the move. I like the move. I don't think you were getting anywhere with McDaniel. I don't think you were getting anywhere with him. Demonstration award show, hopefully right before the Super Bowl. That was corner plan right before the Super Bowl. Any team interviews Carol Rivera, we do an emergency live stream? No, but it'd be the funniest outcome. Getting into Dallas? Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I mean, they need a DC. Anyone's an upgrade of Eberflus at this point. You McDaniel with all those weapons would be insane. I think the Lions go to the playoffs next year, McDaniel and Sir OC. I definitely think so. Your test should be this weekend or next. Yep. Dolphins and Raiders are the NFL's equivalent of Pittsburgh Pirates, a team with storied history but hasn't been good in seemingly eons. It does feel that way. Florida's doing well with Tua. Give him a vet. I think he's fine. I think so too. I think if you have the quarterback in place, he'll do well. I really do. Because I thought he did a good job in Miami. Just disciplinarian, but he didn't like Tua. That was never his guy. Harbaugh to Miami, they said they made the announcement without even thinking about Harbaugh. Harbaugh had nothing to do with it. So they were always going to make this firing after the meeting that they had on Tuesday. So I think he's still going to the Giants. McDaniel will do a good OC. Yeah. Oh, the issue with McDaniel was never about running an offense. McDaniel's problem was never about running an offense. At all. McDaniel is a mastermind in terms of running an offense. He's brilliant in that regard. McGann could go to the Bears, yeah. And he'll do a Four Nations game instead of the Olympics. We might be getting to that point. Sabres getting over 500? Yeah, I mean, that winning streak was insane. That would be awesome if they could do it. I was surprised when Harbaugh got fired. Me too. I didn't see it coming. I thought they were going to give me one more year. I was very surprised when it happened. I think it was the right move. It was time to move on. I think every firing has been the right move. I just didn't see it coming. Yeah, Dolphins are less version of the Cardinals in terms of competing. Yeah, they're in a bad spot right now. Highest scoring game this weekend, Jaguars-Bills. That'll be a shootout, I think. That'll be a shootout. Dolphins are Mike McCarthy. I'm going to say fiction on that one. I'm going to say fiction. Yeah, Thomas Brown is he's an assistant on the Patriots. Now, it could be a Rooney Rule thing. You have to interview two minorities. It could be a Rooney Rule thing. I'm not sure he's going to get a coaching job. Or since you're in the same division as likely last two MVPs. Yep, but at least you only have two teams to worry about and not three. With the Dolphins and the Cardinals. Yeah, Josh McDowell. Yeah. Yeah, no, he was not good as head coach. He was not good at all. Rufus McDaniel will be the new Bucs OC. Yeah, he's going to get looks. I will say, McDaniel, if he doesn't get a head coaching job, he's going to be touted by every team needing an OC. Every single team needing an OC would love to have McDaniel on their team. He is brilliant in that regard. So he's not fit to be a head coach. He's not great with people management and whatnot, but man, every two, yes. Yes, that's why the Patriots, they did Pep Hamilton. They interviewed Pep Hamilton. I forget who else they interviewed last year, but they interviewed Pep Hamilton as well. Yeah, at least said the Jets were deadlocked into third for the near future. Yeah. Any team looking for a head coach would be fools to release Sir Harbaugh. Oh yeah, look, every team that has an opening is looking at Harbaugh. Every team has expressed interest in him. Every single team has expressed interest. The Bucs fired Lazard. I was not. No. The second half of the season, that offense was unimaginative. With all the weapons they had, it was very unimaginative. I'm not surprised that they got rid of him. If they were going to fire Bowl or keep Bowles, he was going to make some staff changes, and that was absolutely going to happen. Right, that's the bad news for you, Keller. That's the bad news. Browns into McDaniel, I could see it. Yeah, McDaniel's one of those weird ones, because every other coach that's been fired is either a guy that you know is going to get a job somewhere else as head coach, or is going to be a guy that's going to be locked into a coordinator. McDaniel's the only one where I don't know if he's going to be a head coach next year or he's going to be a coordinator next year. He'll be one of the two. I don't know. Like Morris, I'm pretty confident will not get a third chance as a head coach, even though he's getting some interviews. I'm pretty confident on that. The other coaches that got fired, I think, are going to be relegated to coordinators. Stefanski, Harbaugh, they'll be head coaches. McDaniel could go either way. I'm with you on that one, Cujo. I'm with you. At least the way it's enforced, I'm with you on that one. How does Bowles have a job? Bucks. Bruce Arians loves Bowles. That's the only explanation. Bruce Arians loves Bowles. I don't see it. That'd be a great idea. That'd be very interesting, Summer. That'd be very interesting. Yeah, McDaniel's a story that Raiders team. I never thought there'd be a worse head coach than North Turner, but McDaniel's has done it. Yeah, he was terrible with the Raiders. He was so bad. That in-game management, the field goal against the Steelers on Sunday Football was like the funniest thing. Time to try McDaniel as head coach. It's not a bad move. Honestly, I think that's one of those things I think would work out very well for Tennessee, even though I'm not crazy about McDaniel as a head coach in-game management-wise. He would help Cam Ward out so much. He would revitalize that offense. McDaniel was North Turner 2.0. Yeah, except North Turner had like 20 years. He had such a long leash. You excited to meet Liam Cohen on Friday? I'm excited, yeah. Yeah, because they've never done a Jaguars game. Nansen and Romo, the last time they did a Jaguars game was in the Peterson era. Yeah, they hired Nagy. That'd be so funny. How's it going, Magic? Appreciate you tuning in. Appreciate you being here for this one. Yeah, crazy how things can change. Yeah, exactly, with Grizzard. Crazy. Everything is flipped on a dime. Now, I think Mayfield was playing injured, but even that offense was very unimaginative. It was very uninspiring. Especially looking at what Canals was doing with that offense, and what Cohen was doing with that offense. John Harbaugh back to the Ravens. I don't think that's going to happen. Only one time the team fired a coach and rehired him immediately after. That was Baltimore Colts, Marcia Broda. They rehired him like 3 days later. Other than that, yeah. You know what our real term regression is? Not firing Allen for his bad scheme, his inability to work with his roster would severely hurt the Bears' chance of 27. Well, I got to get past this season first. Do you have a lower opinion of Bruce Arians since he kept Bowles? I think, yeah, to some extent. I think he's a brilliant head coach, but as a front office guy, I'm not crazy about him. Garrett gave the Titans some, no update yet, but that'd be so funny. I'm rooting for it to happen. I'm rooting for the Titans to get the clapper. I'm rooting for it so hard. I would laugh at them till the end of time. I'll do it. I said if Garrett gets hired by the Titans, I'm doing a 24-hour live stream. I already said that I'm doing a 24-hour live stream at some point after the season is done if Garrett gets hired by them. Something fits with the mystery team? No. That's the crazy part. I don't think they are, because based on the report by Darlington, Harbaugh had nothing to do with it. They made up their mind on Tuesday before Harbaugh even got fired. Yeah, Norm made a lot of dumb decisions. Think Cohen should coach the year over Ben? I think so too. You got 4 good options. Cohen, Ben, Vrabel, and McDonald. I have no problem with either of them. Gear Jewel the Fiver, appreciate you a ton on that one. When Garrett's the head coach, what they will choose to do this year? Probably after the season's done. Which game do you want Garrett Trell to the call for? What interests me is how late the move was. Can't help but wonder if Harbaugh's firing had something to do with it. Yeah, I think that's the interesting part. But the report by Darlington said, Johnson McCarthy, that'd be so funny. The report by Darlington said that it had nothing to do with Harbaugh. That was a report by Jeff Darlington from multiple sources that they made up their mind on Tuesday after the meeting and it had nothing to do whatsoever with Harbaugh. So that's what's a bit interesting about this, that there might still be a mystery team. The Dolphins might not have been the mystery team in that. Every team needing a head coach wants Harbaugh. Every team needing an OC wants McDaniel. Yeah, pretty much. Maybe not the Chiefs, because Reed's probably going to hire like someone in his own system. All good, JP. All good. Yeah, Harbaugh's so funny. Harbaugh's not even on the board for the Cardinals. Well, I mean, he is, but like you can't bet on it. You can't bet on Harbaugh going to the Cardinals. They already feel like he has no chance of going to the Cardinals. You can bet on Harbaugh's destination. You can pick any team with the current vacancy, but the Cardinals, you can't even bet on it. It's that slim. Worst case scenario for Tampa's Bulls week's wildcard next year came until 2030 as a result. Yeah, I don't think they're going over the hump with Bulls. Right, McDaniel interview for Lions OC. I think if he doesn't take a head coaching job, he will get the Lions OC job. I can see him working very well with Campbell. That would be a great move. McDaniel, with those weapons, he's an offensive mastermind. I think that'd be a great move. Sometimes the Dolphins fire their coach after a trash start to the season, but a great turnaround. Yep. I think it's hired by every team. Oh, I don't know now with 8 vacancies. I think Harbaugh to the Giants. I'm going to go Flores to the Raiders. I think Stefanski to the Titans, which I don't want, but I think Stefanski to the Titans. Dolphins on the mystery team, and they aren't staying for obvious reasons. Yeah, I guess we're going to find out. Because I don't know who's left at this point. What are the odds right now for Harbaugh? Let's see. Mike McCarthy we found the Titans. If not for coaching, it would give me a gold mine of theory. It would be. Yeah, Carlos go after a low-dollar coach, always. For the most part. Yeah, Giants lead the odds. Yeah, Giants definitely lead the odds. The odds right now are... What the heck? I don't know why I did that. Minner and Kubiak? Ooh. Kubiak to the Falcons. That's my guess. Minner, I'm not sure. Deion to the Browns, no chance. No, he doesn't want to go pro. Deion Sanders does not want to go pro. His style will not work in the pros. He already said that. And he's not even that good of a coach. Fancy Rares, I mean, that'd be a good hire. Carroll, Callahan, Dibble, or Antonio Pierce for a week-long stream like Rossi, yes. How Mayfield Magic keep playing since that one game we got banged up? He was playing hurt. He was clearly not healthy. So because you're in Arizona? No, it's not. Well, now they did put him on the board. Jags get rid of Bulky. They got rid of him last year. Yeah. Now they do put him on the board. Okay, so the Cardinals are now on the board, but they're so far back. They're plus 1,500. Giants are minus 150. Dolphins are plus 400. Falcons, Raiders, Titans, Browns, Cardinals. Other coaches, don't predict where they go. I'm going to say... Oh, Chris Shula? Ooh. I'm going to say no on Chris Shula to there. I'm going to say Heffley will get a job somewhere. Other 3 coaches... Burke, the Texans, DC. And... Campanelli. Buyers, sellers, Nuggets. Easy buyers. Easy. Yeah, Deion is so little value now. Yeah, having Warren Sapp on his coaching staff destroyed any chance he had. Who are the Cardinals hire? I could see Burke. I could see the Texans, DC. I could see Burke. Yeah, Chris Shula in Miami would be insane for obvious reasons. Yeah, but the Harbaugh odds, yeah, Cardinals are dead last by a lot. Giants are in front. Heffley, yes, the Packers, DC, yep. Yeah. Right, no one wants Cardinals job, yeah, with Bidwell there and Austin Fort there. I mean, you got a lame duck GM, you got, right, Heffley, yes. Heffley, yes. Right, you got a lame duck GM, you got a crap owner, you're in a crap division in the sense that you're going to be fourth forever. Like, that'd be a terrible job. Putting your name in that hat since I live in the area. Yeah, it should. Clayton Adams, I'm going to say no on Clayton Adams. I don't think this cycle. Haven't heard his name a lot this cycle. New York and Cleveland need developmental coaches, so I don't think Stefanski McCarthy would work. They need guys that are just going to help the offense out. An AI JJ for Cards coach couldn't be worse. Cards get a dirt cheap head coach like Adam Gase. If the Cowboys have for DC, I can see Gannon. I definitely see Jonathan Gannon. Cards going to get a young guy or a fired former head coach who flamed out. Yeah, I don't trust Bill. With Austin Ford, I don't trust him. Yeah, Jimmy has him the worst NFL order. Next is Mark Davis. They're both bad. I think Woody Johnson's bad. I would say Amy Adams Strunk is bad. Bidwell's really bad as well. Bidwell's really bad. Bidwell's bad. Vance Joseph or Aiden Durd? Yeah, I could see one of those two. I could definitely see Vance Joseph. I definitely see that. Drew Pretzig, because the Bills are so cheap, they just promote from within. But I could definitely see Joseph. I could definitely see Joseph getting a second chance somewhere. Maybe Arizona. I could definitely see that. I think Joseph, he's done so well in Denver as a DC. He's earned a second chance. I'm not sure it's going to work out, but I think someone will give him a second chance. Especially, they'll interview him for Rooney Rule 1. Woody the worst? Yeah, he's up there. He's definitely up there. How about you for Dolphins head coach? Why not? Why the heck not? McDaniel's the next Eagle as OC. That'd be a great move if they fire Patullo, which they should fire Patullo. Regardless of how they do, they should fire Patullo. But that'd be a great move. What's more likely, getting John Boy internship or Cardinals head coach? Probably Cardinals head coach at this point. Should we interview a head coaching position? Probably, but I don't think he's going to get the job. Yeah, the one season Hack as head coach, that was so bad. That was so bad. Bronx will lose Joseph now because so many openings. Probably Arizona because he was DC there before. I think so too. I could definitely see Vance Joseph now to Arizona. I'm actually going to do that instead of Burke. I'm going to go Joseph to Arizona. That's my guess. You want Joseph's more likely Heffley? I think Joseph is probably the most likely. Carson Howard Fitzgerald. Seems the Lions will continue to roll with Chippers DC. I do not agree with that. No, I think you got to change OC and DC. I would make a clean sweep. Nagy, Smith, and McCarthy feel like the kind of coach they would bring in. The Cardinals, yeah, I mean, they're dirt cheap. We all know it. We go Stampa won't move too far. No, he will not. Same Aaron Glenn defense scheme doesn't work in the 2020s. No, that defense has not been good for a while at this point. Times Quest interview with Arthur Smith, not surprised. I mean, he was their OC for a while, so I get it. A courtesy interview, I get it. Even the Eagles somehow win the Super Bowl, fire Patullo. Yep, let's go great show and turf in the playoffs. How's it going, Lou? Appreciate it, too. And happy beginning of football playoff weekend. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Yeah, depends on how... Will the Jaguars fire their coach? No chance. There is literally no universe. Unless Liam Cohen decides to assault someone Woody Hayes style, there is no chance they fire Liam Cohen this season. There is no chance. You're just familiar with Bill? Yep. Yeah, Glenn can be a dumb decision maker next season? Yep, until he gets fired. Will Chris Hill be interviewed? I think he'll get interviewed. I think the Dolphins. I don't think he's going to get a job, but I think he will be... I think he'll get some interviews. Pat should fire Vrabel, hire Hackett. Yes, they should. Gary McDaniel was the right decision. He was awful in league management, kept underperforming. I'm with you on that one. It was the right move. He was also, I just don't trust him as a leader of men. I mean, how can you with the way he talks? Like it's just word salad. I don't trust him as like a smart guy. You listen to a Liam Cohen press conference, you then listen to a Mike McDaniel press conference. It's like they're coaching two different sports. Falcons hire Saleh. I'm going to say, oh yeah, he's going to get some looks. Yeah, he'll get a head coaching job somewhere. I'm going to go Cleveland for Saleh. I'm going to say fixture. I think Kubiak to the Falcons and Saleh to the Browns. Yeah, Cohen going to kick him little? Yep. Yep, that's simply his style. Definitely his MO. Definitely his MO. But if you just joined us for the news, McDaniel fired by the Dolphins, another vacancy. Browns are bad. Yeah, Haslam's so bad. Haslam is so bad. Oh, man. Charles fire anyone? I mean, O-line coach. I would fire the O-line coach. Probably Strangelove on that one for Kubrick. Probably Strangelove. Coolest hire for the Dolphins? Coolest hire would be, I mean, personally, Nathaniel Hackett. 3 games on Saturday, Monday Night Football, game for the wildcard weekend. I prefer this current format, 2-3-1. I think it's almost overkill to have 3 and 3. Liverpool free kick 10 minutes ago. All right, we'll give, what time is it? 5 o'clock in the morning on Saturday. McDaniel to Cleveland makes way too much sense. Has wants to QB whisper so bad. Yeah, I can see that. Look, I think McDaniel, nothing would shock me. Nothing would shock me with McDaniel at all, whether he gets a OC or a head coaching job. Nothing would shock me. It could go either way, but I could definitely see him getting a second chance. Stefanski, where would he go? Titans. I think Titans. Special teams coach has got a head coaching job. Not this cycle, but Harbaugh was. John Harbaugh was a special teams coach. Joe Judge was special teams. That didn't work out. But yeah. The Chiefs back in the 80s. Gans, he was special teams coach. Right, can't hold people with being passive aggressive. No, you cannot. Still goalless there. O-line got hurt with some injuries and all scrubs playing. Now the Chargers' fault. Yeah, but you got to make some changes. I mean, Herbert was just dying back there. Steel jerseys, steel pants. Let's go. I wanted to go with the alternates, but I know they're not allowed to. No, not allowed to. Yeah, Bucks made a lot of changes to their coaching. Except for just the right move, we just got to get rid of Bowles. They got to get rid of Bowles at this point, but they're not going to. Yeah, Tom Moore, 87 years old. Happy retirement to him. Yeah, McDaniel was in Cleveland. He was the wide receivers coach for a little bit. Wide receivers coach back in 2014. So he spent 1 year in Cleveland as an assistant. Flying to Jacksonville, New York City. I'm flying to Atlanta and then New York City. McDaniel, Seahawks coordinator if one gets poached. I would say he's probably going to know before. So I would say McDaniel, probably the Lions OC. If he does not get a head coaching job, I would think the Lions make way too much sense. So I'm going to go with that. Hackett was such a bad at see that when the Jets fired Saleh, Hackett was the only guy with any coaching experience to pick Ulbrich over him. That tells you a lot. That tells you a lot about him. What teams will make the tree congrats video when they lose? Probably Steelers will be a congrats vid. Maybe the Bills if they lose. Eagles. Atlanta. No, not New York City. No, Atlanta, then Jacksonville. Bills fan here, so you know I love you. I appreciate you a ton, Sufu. Appreciate you a ton on that one. McDaniel was there because of his best friend Kyle. Yep. Yes, he was. What do you think Miami goes for? Who do I think? Ooh, I think a guy like Campanelli. I think Campanelli would make a lot of sense. I would see them poaching a Niners assistant as well because they're interviewing, half the GMs they're interviewing are from the Niners brass. Yeah, Salah, no, we didn't forget about him. I think Cleveland gets Salah. The fake play with Johnny Manziel along with Salah. Oh, yeah, that was great. That was a really great play, yes. Ulbrich should head coach the Browns. That'd be so funny. Pep Hamilton left for the cycle. I don't know. I mean, Raheem Morris is going to get a lot of looks. I'm not sure he gets a head coaching job. I think Anthony Brown is definitely... I don't see Anthony Brown getting a job. I'd be very surprised. Yeah, Giants are, I think so too. Rams have lost the Panthers to make congrats pretty potentially. Lions have no holes for offensive positional skill players. Well, they need a backup running back because I think Montgomery's gone. I do think Montgomery is gone after this season. Based on how they used him, I think Montgomery is disgruntled. He'll be gone. Stojakovic taking over the FinTech coach role. Hang up and listen. There you go. McDaniel getting fired. Thoughts today? I think it's the right move. He was not good at dealing with people, not good at management skills. I think it was the right call, and I can do a clean sweep. Clean rebuild, get rid of Greer, get rid of McDaniel, you can finally start afresh. I think it's the right move. Yeah, sometimes just the right move, Lou. Sometimes it's time for both parties to move on. Yeah, we should get legit checks next time if possible. No, after the situation with his son, I can't trust Ulbrich. I can't trust him as a head coach. He has no control. I think Ulbrich will never get a head coaching job again after the Jets situation, how bad they were. Also after the son incident. Even as that it counts for minority rule, yep. Chiefs go wide receiver at 9 with the Rashee Rice news. They might. I think they were going 9 wide receiver regardless. I think they were going with Tyson or Tate, whoever's on the board, regardless, because they need an outside threat. They can go deep and stretch the field. But now especially. I can see that, JP. I can see that. Yeah, 15 years since Beast Quick. Wow, I feel old. DC, Champagne would target. They lose Vance Joseph. They might just promote from within. I could definitely see the Broncos, with how good their defense was this year, just promoting from within and just promoting in-house. This afternoon, Dolphins or the Lions reject McDaniel. That's the right call. That is the right call, 100%. I think if McDaniel does not get a head coaching job anywhere, he's going to be the Lions OC, and he would work wonders and immediately get a head coaching job the following year in 27. 1 year as OC of the Lions, and then you have your pick of anywhere in 27. That's my guess. The Suns in it, yes. Yes, with Ulbrich, with the prank call. The prank call. With Shadur Sanders. The prank call. Should we take a look at Jan Vesely's draft? Like Pixelated logos, I love it too. I love this LED leaderboard. I love it so much. This was such a good thing to glance LED. $10 more gets your name on that board as well. You happy man if you hire McDaniel as OC? I think most people would. I think any team that hires McDaniel as OC is getting a phenomenal OC. You both start quarterbacks from the... Yeah, I noticed that too, Jake. I'm like, wait, they played this year. And that was 15 years ago and they played this year. Crazy. Do you want 2 extra starting caliber tackles or 2 extra starting caliber quarterbacks? Seahawks, yes. Yeah, Chiefs see a lot of things. Might be best from the second year next year. Now, if Mahomes is healthy, you don't do that. Mahomes is healthy, yeah. Yeah, I can see Miner going to Titans. I think it's Stefanski. Buccaneers OC. Ooh, yeah. I don't know. Obviously, Grizzard did not work out. I could probably see The Dolphins can get Miner. I could see that. Dolphins get Harbaugh. I love that. If the Chiefs go elsewhere, I understand. Yeah, I think it's go to the Giants. Yeah, Bulls can't run defense coach at the same time. Tampa defense was a lot better when it just goes to that unit. Yep, it's very hard to be coordinator and head coach at the same time. We saw it with Ulbrich with the Jets. It just didn't work out. We saw it with that. Who do I think the Bucks will get as their OC? I could potentially see Will Harriger. I could see Canales as OC right now for the Panthers. I could see that, or quarterback. So in the NCAA, yeah, for some of the teams it just does. Yep. Just see prime time of the game is fact. Yeah, they're going to get the max still. Hopes for the Falcons with a clean house. I don't trust their quarterback situation. That's the problem. I need to see what they do with quarterback because I don't trust anyone on that roster right now. Coach, get offense minded coach. Yeah, they just need to get anyone that's competent at this point. Just, yeah, but fact of that, McDaniel goes linesman in the North this year? I think so too. Yeah, Jets should fire Glenn. Harbaugh head coach, McDaniel, OC, Morris, DC, that would be a dream staff right there. Harbaugh, Giants, Quebec, Hammermans, and Minner to the Dolphins. I can see that. When the Colts gym, we have Richardson and pork tenderloin sandwiches. It's a good deal. You drive a hard bargain. What's more attractive about New York than Miami is the quarterback situation. Is that if you like Dante Moore, you have a lot of assets as well. The Dolphins don't have a quarterback. Yeah, 14 years ago yesterday was the forward pass. Let's go forward. Right. Would have made the Super Bowl because you were defense, but better play calling, you would have made the playoffs easily. Yeah. NBC debuting their new scorebook Sunday night. Well, I'm excited. Hopefully it's good. I mean, their current book is great, so hopefully they're usually pretty good. NBC's usually very good with their scorebook, so not too worried. Pat Siggins the next head coach. I would laugh so hard. Where does it get the sports from? I don't know where it gets the scores from, but it updates every 90 seconds. How's it going, Golden Seal? Well, finally should have been done in October. It's done yesterday. Yep. Or done today. Dable Land Edwards head coach? I don't think this year. No. I think this year we'll have to settle for an OC job somewhere, and then he'll be a head coach in 27. Yeah, the NBC NBA scorebook is awesome. Yes, they do a great job with that. Yeah, but the scorebook updates every 9 minutes. I don't know how they get the data, but what I love about this is that there are certain things that you can do it, but you have to pay for the data. You don't have to pay for the data here. Once you get it for life. Yeah, 14 years later, Nancy Carter are just as dumb. Yep, just because a team likes someone doesn't mean it's the best for them. No, not at all. Not at all. No, friendship doesn't always work like that. But can't be worse than Fox. Yeah, I'll have a background. I'm confident he's going to have a background. Harbaugh gets the Dolphins job. I expect to build the roster for 27. I think so too. I would think so, because that roster is not ready to compete this year. Current Romo or final years of Sims? Current Romo. Yeah, Department of Labor, it's not that type of call. There you go. Surprised NBC not waiting until Super Bowl? Me too. Me too. I would have thought they'd do it now, or would have thought they'd do it at the Super Bowl. But I guess they're going to unveil a lot too during the Olympics, so Jeff Saturday Titans, I would love that so much. Dolphins have 5 picks first 2 rounds. That's going to help them. But will they be able to get a quarterback? It's a weak class too. I don't know. Outside the top 2, it's going to be a weak class. Where should I see Bruno Mars? He's not Seattle or Utah. Ooh, well, I'm seeing him in Phoenix when I can get tickets. Where should you see him? I mean, SoFi, but I know it's a pain in the butt. What sports does display? Can display anything you want. Sims was really bad by the end of his tenure. He was saying the obvious, and he was dead wrong on a lot of stuff. Surprised to see Tomlin, McDermott, or LaFleur can? Yes, all 3 of them be very surprised teams can, unless McDermott loses by a lot. The F1 News, yeah, it can unveil any of the big 4, plus Premier League, plus La Liga, plus MMA, PGA, whatnot. Lamar Jackson, got no chance. No, he's a franchise quarterback. I'd say Vegas is killer. I would say Vegas. NBC can improve the current logo, the current score bug? Oh, no. I think the current bug is great as it is. So, no, Lamar's not gone. They don't make that move if Lamar's gone. They don't make that move with Lamar Jackson going. Remember, was broadcaster was his quarterback? Well, he used to be better, and now he sucks. Wasn't surprised to see the Browns sign McDaniel. Not surprised me at all either. I mean, he used to coach there for a little bit as an assistant. I could definitely see McDaniel going there as a head coach. I could see him in the OC of the Lions. Nothing would shock me. He wins during the Oklahoma Sooners staff as a tight end coach. Not a bad move. Not a bad move. Browns hires head coach. Who would like coach Sanders? No one's going to coach Sanders. They're going to get a new quarterback. Sanders is not the guy. He sucks. He absolutely sucks. No one's going to coach Sanders. So, I don't know who they're going to hire. I'm going to go Saleh. Guessing Tua's gone? Yeah, they might buy him out. They might buy out him at this point. Can they display table tennis and check it? They cannot, unfortunately. Needs new bag and graphics for common championships? I would love to be able to do that. I would love to be able to, but we'll see. Braun Summit or not? No. Could be the best head coach option this cycle? Of the first timers, yes. Of the first timers, it would be. And I don't know, Jacob, because it depends on where he goes. It depends on the situation at hand, like which roster is the best. So, like, if he's in Arizona, I would say no. But is getting close to 30, speed decline could be a problem? Yeah, but he's a better passer. I mean, Lamar's good in the pocket. The problem is that, obviously, Lamar, his speed's declining. He's not the runner he used to be, but he's still very accurate. He's still a good quarterback in the pocket. So, it's not the concern that with Russ, where he's physically limited. Lamar is still very physically gifted. Saleh does deserve second chance head coach. Oh, I think he does. I think he made the Jets look semi-competent. Brown signed Geno Smith fiction. I think Geno at this point is completely washed. He might get a job somewhere, but I wouldn't do it. I would not do it. And especially with all the quarterbacks on the roster, I don't see how Geno would help. You have a lot of bad quarterbacks as it is. Why add another one? Yeah, I would say if you're going to see Bruno, I would say Vegas for the first leg of the tour. I think that'd be cool. That'd be cool. Or at least we want to find something different to do. Yeah, tight end coach, I mean, he was a tight end, so obviously it makes a lot of sense. Yeah, maybe one of those 5, that makes sense. And listen, NASCAR, yes, it does. I'm not sure what it was, actually, but it does NASCAR. I know that. It does NASCAR. Your mom's not to see him, though? Yeah, it's going to be great. It's going to be a great show. One of the best shows I've ever seen in my life. When Sarah simply gets cut or otherwise out of the league, I'm predicting Tree talk about while overlaying memes over the bone. Yes, with credit, of course. Styles have a second chance at more competent organization. You were 100% right on that one. 100% right. Yeah, new points format introduced. Just get rid of the playoff. Get rid of the playoff for NASCAR. It's gonna suck. I know it. I don't trust NASCAR. Will Lamar might have the same after the hammy injuries, although he was pretty good last game, so I don't know. Most obvious prediction, NBC will change the score bug. It'll be a downgrade from the current one. I like the current one as it is, but they're usually pretty good. They usually don't whiff on score bugs. You're going Harbaugh, Giants, Quebec, Falcons, Minner, Finns, Joseph, Cards, Flores, Ravens, Burke, Browns, Stefanski, Titans, and Salaires. Not bad. Not bad. I could say that. Sal with the Jets, Biss with Mariucci was for the Lions. Yeah. Yeah. And Mariucci was not the best for the Lions, obviously. Not even close to the best. Solid with the Jets was not a train wreck. It's not great at the end, but it was not a train wreck. In NASCAR, the playoffs, I hate the playoff format in NASCAR. It's so bad. It is so bad. They posted sure season highlights, so you know week 14 when Sarah said a short throw. Yes. Oh, yeah. How many teams reach out to Belichick? 0. No teams reach out to Belichick. Netflix score bug? I like it. I don't think it's bad. I think it gives you all the information you need. Yeah, I saw that with the trademark. Yeah, crazy. The A's are a mess. Fisher is a joke of an owner. I think 0 teams reach out to Belichick. After the North Carolina stint, they know he wants full control. There's no way. No one's reaching out to him. It's not going to happen. First career management, full point. Yeah, rework the next gen car. Yeah, they got to fix NASCAR because it's not great right now. Right, Mooch wasn't good. He was just carried by talent in San Fran. Yes, he did not do a lot there. The alliance of Joey Harrington quarterback. Yeah, that was a train wreck. That was not good. Browns still call Belichick. I do not think so. How will Harmony do its next job? Nick the Hall. He's got to make a Super Bowl. Has to be Sean Payton level good with the Broncos. Casey make the Super Bowl next year. If Mahomes is healthy, why not? Mahomes is healthy, could happen. NASCAR not good anymore. Well, the playoff format's a mess. The way they make the playoff, it's a joke. You win one race to make the playoffs, it's a mess. I guess why McDaniel got fired is that GMs were willing to come only where he was willing to come if he got to choose a head coach, or McDaniel couldn't find someone, or he said something dumb at the end of your interview. Apparently the interview did not go well. The exit interview on Tuesday. Apparently ownership wanted to change direction. Maybe sure would down if he had an actual roster. I mean, he had an actual roster in San Fran, didn't do much. You would see it somewhat Belichick? I don't think so, because Hudson's still calling all the shots, and he hired Petrino on his staff. I don't think he would go back to the NFL. He wants control at this point. Why would he leave UNC to get more to get a place where he has no control? I think at this point in his life, he wants control. Worst current announcer, I bet it's the worst one compared to throughout all time. Oh, the worst announcer now is better than the worst announcer 50 years ago. Easily. The worst announcer 50 years ago couldn't speak and was very biased, and it was nothing. Oh, that's awful, JP. That's awful. Platform, it sucks. Leadership sucks. Been a mess this offseason. Yep. Not surprised. Yeah, that's crazy, Jacob. That is crazy. Any teams dig up as old semi-retired coach, I like Gibbs or Carroll? No. I mean, Garrett would be the closest thing to it, but other than that, I don't think so. Not this year. Not at this cycle. McDaniel downgrade OC? If it's with the Lions, yeah. McDaniel's going to go either way. He could go as an OC or he could go as a head coach. I don't know where he's going to go, but I could see Lions OC job. I think Lions OC, you do that for 1 year, you absolutely kill it, you make the playoffs with all the weapons on that team, you revitalize that offense, make it a top 3 offense in football like we know it can be, and then you get your pick of any choice in 27 as head coach. Going better on the record? Yes. Yes. Well, back there in the draft, there are all the memes that share in the interview, and it's yes, oh yeah. You had a chance to have a battle presser. I did not get a chance. No, did not see that one. President Chris Myers a drunk 70 Summerall. Actually, Summerall on that one. Harbaugh, I think Giants. McDaniel's actually going to fire. Big time wow on that one. Big time wow. NFL for any reason to play Sanders. Yeah, well, they know it gets clicks. They know it's going to get clicks. Happy Mason for Judkins, but not Sanders. Yeah, exactly. On that screen, yeah. After the Texans make the championship, now we have a restructure our coaching, moving Kaylee into some kind of advisor role. McDaniel's the OC. That would make me very worried about the Texans. That would make me extremely terrified with the Texans, because they are a competent offense away from being like really freaking good. You get too much Greek word stuff from McDaniel. Yeah, way too much. Way too much. She was not good at press conferences and in-game management and just dealing with people. Texans are making the AFC Championship. I mean, they could with that defense. They absolutely could. I don't see why not. Yeah, Jones lost Lester. Yep. The one postseason chase for the Cup was better than the current format. At least the chase required consistency throughout the playoff period. Yep, this current format sucks. Corner for Arsenal. All right. Eagle. Definitely Eagle on that one. Dolphins from that Gase. I would laugh so hard. That'd be the funniest timeline. That would be so funny if that happened. Mystery team for Harbaugh? Yeah, I don't know at this point. I don't know what the mystery team was. If it wasn't Miami, I don't know what the mystery team is. Don't think record was bad, just a lot of beef with other for some reason. That was pretty bad. He was pretty bad. Bucks firing Grizzard, right move. 100% the right move. They should have fired Bowles. They should have cleaned house, but that offense was so unimaginative. They had to make that move. It's the right move. Cadence or Pablo, not a fan of either one of them. Text of the Cowboys offense, 17-0. Oh, not, yes, easily. Or at least 16-1. At least 16-1. Geese was a one-year wonder, yeah. Geese even in the NFL? Not at this point, no. No. McDaniel for black money, I'm safe. Thursday, not so fast, my friend. Arsenal, Liverpool, and scoreless. Valid on both sides. Yep, Arsenal's in a good spot right now. Arsenal's in a very good spot. Shouldn't bottle it. Better announcer? Oh, easily Gus Johnson on that one. Easily. Rich Eisen is not good as an announcer. Sure, I'm fan of the next Brady and Gronk. Fiction. But Fannon's good. Fannon's really good. NASCAR shaving fall racing after the current TV deal? I could, yes, because the ratings are a mess during NFL season and college football season now. That's bigger than it ever was before. How's it going, John? With this? How's it going? Yeah, 10 race just want to be fine with that? Yeah, me too. I'd be okay with that. Yeah, NASCAR Prime was great. NASCAR Fox is a joke now, and NBC doesn't give two craps. That sounds about right. Bulls getting another year. Yep. I don't agree with it. He's on the hot seat, but he's going to get another year. Unfortunately. It's the wrong move, but at least they fired Grizzard, and at least they made some changes. All right, on that note, let's do some overtime. Why the heck not? Let's do some overtime. Preseason, Dolphins called a deep pass play of their own one that was so having to work for a touchdown. The commentator was like, how about Gates with the call? Oh, man. Stroud has shown promises points not like he's also. No, he's a solid quarterback. He can be a very solid quarterback. Extremely solid quarterback. All right, let's do this. I could have coached Payne. It's why McDaniel shouldn't be taken seriously as offense genius either. Yeah. Though to be fair, McDaniel's actually done a good job with the Patriots. Worst listen. Well, I like Nickelback. Rich Eisen, Chris Myers. I would say Myers at this point. You know, Payne was also calling all the audibles. To be fair, the offense with McDaniels versus not is night and day. So I at least get him. Sure, and Bonner next Montana Rice. Fiction on that. Fiction there. All right, let's do this OT period. Let me also spin the karaoke wheel. Broncos offense at World Beatles arguably similar level to the Texans offense. Yeah. No, I could definitely I could 100% see the Texans going all the way. None would shock me. Really, in the AFC, the Chargers going all the way would shock me. Steelers going all the way would shock me. Nothing else would shock me. Have soft song is Let's Dance by David Bowie. Oh, that's a good one. Let's Dance by David Bowie is a song that's half off. Fiction, Jacob, fiction. Fiction on that one. Team sub with star quarterbacks have duds like Asa Garrett? I think so too. I think you're right on that. Right. Let's do some sweet songs. And then again, we're in OT right now, so audio, video, chip, Sporkle quiz, what if sports? I will do anything you want me to. Then we'll be live later tonight for the Ole Miss Miami game in the Fiesta Bowl. All right, so turn it down by sweet. Let's do this. All right, so now we are in OT. Turn it down. All good, Matt. Yep, all good, Matthew. Quick Plate Sports back. I got a lot to talk about today. Lot to talk about. You know, the playoffs, I'm never crazy about them, but at least the chase with 10 made sense. Stroud's got the rise to occasion playoffs. Yeah, no, he hasn't really had a dud in the playoff. Hasn't really had a dud. Students are not allowed to be charged for research. They should have sent that a while ago. You would think, right? You would think they should have sent that letter a while ago. That's never been a viable source of research. NBC News Scorebug Sunday. We'll see how good it is. Usually they're pretty good with their scorebug. Right, you know when COC, when scoreback. Yep, you know. If they're calling out audibles at the line, it's not the OC. You know that. Yeah, that was insane. I love that clip. That was crazy. Don't trust Stout to prove otherwise. I think he's middle of the road. We back? How can we do the karaoke before OT? Something to do with the Q being backed up? No. Just, I don't want it to detract from other stuff. JFK with a fiver. Hanging out with Piplup. First 10 minutes, I'll do that. Which game do you want, JFK? Appreciate you, man. Which game do you want? Too many hallucinations. I mean, Dolphins, the two Dolphins are back. Just watch us delete. Wes. Get you on Florida. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, Summer. Yeah, I think it's the right move for the Fins. It was a move that had to happen. Don't care, right? I'll put it to a vote. At some point. This was the right move. McDaniel had to go. It's the right move. I'll get you on Florida, Summer. We're also now it's quarterback. We have to rely on Flash to succeed. Yep. Mention Ravens get McDaniel's OC fire Zach or make Salah DC and Flores. Well, Salah's will never go DC. Salah's in DC right now in San Fran. Why would he leave San Fran to take another DC job? That would never happen. Is he rejecting me? No, he's not. Is Mel Blunt's still waiting for a call back too? Ty Stewart came back in that race from a mechanical problem that he had early on in that race. Yes. Yeah, this feels like just every other 70s band. Yeah, this is a great song. This is great. First thought, I thought of you. I actually thought of you on that one. I don't have too many Dolphins fans, so thought of you. I thought of Joey. So a lot of people with that one. Yeah, I literally was asleep. I had the thumbnail ready since October for the live stream. I literally had it ready since the Ravens Thursday night debacle. Let's go out of town in like 2 weeks, not this week. All good. All good on that one. That's a good guitar solo, too. Different key. I did not expect that with a guitar solo. Miami fired McDaniel attempts to hire Harbaugh. Well, they said, according to sources, it had nothing to do with Harbaugh. That they were always going to make that move on Tuesday after the meeting was bad. So, I mean, I definitely think it played a role in it. Do I like Pokemon? Yeah. I liked it when I was a kid. Yeah. All right, Medusa from Sweet. Man, I don't like the show. I think the show's not great, but I do like the character design. Dolphins should keep running Tua out, or they just throw Ewers out there. Well, the thing with the Dolphins is that Tua's on an insane contract. You have to buy him out at this point. You have to buy him out. If anyone released for Pussy, oh wow. He was like everywhere summer 2015, just fell off a cliff. Olga going still got one. Hope to be able to fly in the morning early to catch games. Fingers crossed. McDaniel's story coming out is just odd timing. I don't think it had anything to do with Harbaugh. I just think it's very odd timing. And Shot talks about did 4 different takes, used 4 bars in terms of the best take. Wow. That's great. Lamar got arrested? I did not hear that. I did not hear that. They released Clayton Tune? Oh, man, he was so good. Yeah, Packers need a backup next year. Very clearly, they need a backup. So I don't know who they're going to get, because Willis is not coming back. Obviously, if he comes back, he'll be the backup. But the Packers need a backup next year, because Willis is going to get a starting job somewhere. Yeah, 17-30, yep. How many 30 17 games in history? Well, I know Jaguars Titans 2016 was. I got Miami in the Fiesta Bowl. I love that defense. Might boycott the World Baseball Classic. Yeah, I haven't heard about that. Are they playing in the U.S. for that one? Because I know they're playing all over the world for World Baseball Classic. Are they in a U.S. pool? Maybe a security issue. I don't know. MLB teams file contracts? Not really. I mean, you can cut a guy, but it'd be tough. Yeah. Will they hold a moment of silence? I'm not sure they do. I don't know. Yeah, Ritter's at a 53-man roster. It's better than that. The Daddy Mac man cave. Appreciate you, Bradley. Yep, I've got all the helmets. I'm gonna change them out for the playoff game. I got all the college helmets. I'll put on behind the LED board. Yeah, got a lot of stuff. Bros for a 4-year, $280 million. He would never take that. Bros deserves way more than $70 million a year. He deserves way more than that. Lambeau try to fight Mike Evans. This year's Indiana team remind me of 2019 LSU? No. 2019 LSU was just dominant offensively every game. Indiana's not dominant offensively every game. Like, 2019 LSU is one of those once every 20 years kind of teams. This year's Indiana team is darn good. Reminds me of the old Alabama teams of the mid-2010s. They're the favorite to win it all, but 2019 LSU was a once every 20 years kind of team. The harmonies in the chorus are great. Yeah, I hear a lot of Queen on this one. We got a top 25 sign. This one? Oh, Glance LED. $10 or more gets your name on that board. It's a Glance LED. Well, they left it up to the teams, Banjo. They left it up to the teams to do it for just all forms of violence. So it wasn't for him, it was for all forms of violence. So that was why. 95 Nebraska, the best college team ever? Oh, they're up there. They're up there. I do like Miami. I do like a one Miami, but Nebraska's up there for sure. I wouldn't hate it if they put him at number 1. Festival final score, Miami 27, almost 20. Rob with a 6er. Which game do you want to get you on the call for it? Right, 2019 LSU is going to be very hard to replicate that. Rebecca Ogeron? No, apparently had some stuff off the field. Apparently, Orgeron had some stuff that was going off the field. Washington hires blue-haired lawyer to block Williams from transferring. Williams hires Gil Gunderson. I love it. I love it. What do you think of NFL team is looking for when they draft a quarterback to be a backup? Want a guy with somebody start? Yeah, 100%. 100,000% you want a guy that can be a starter. I think you're looking for a guy that if your quarterback is out for 2 games, can they go 1-1? That's one of those things you're looking for. If they're out for 2 games, can you go 1-1? Apparently, definitely, apparently, like, take for what it's worth, I had a source at the bar I go to, who was sober, by the way, sober source, who said it was some stuff with women. There was some stuff with women that happened. You can't be worse character than Kiffin, that's true, but apparently there was some stuff with women that happened. You want USC, get you on the call for it. Wait, USC, wait. Which games, wait, I don't see USC. I don't see USC. Yeah, 19 LSU was dominant, yes. Yes, they were. Well, Florida was in June, so that was after the season was done. That was, like, way after the fact. You want to just hold out? Yeah, I don't know. That was a great song. That was great. All right. Which game do you want, Rob? So I don't see, unless I'm completely blanking, I don't see a USC on here. Or it's not like LSU standards, that's true. All right. ASMR hanging out with Piplup. First 10 minutes. Oh, Florida, okay. Florida. There we go. Get you on. So how Michael LaFleur? I don't think this cycle they're going to do it. 2019 LSU beat this year's New York Jets? No. Offensively, though, they would put up points. The team itself would not beat them, but all good, JP. But offensively, they would put up points. Like Burrow, Chase, Jefferson, they would put up points. Oh god, the voice acting on this is insane. New Fox wrote on me? No, it still sucks. Sucks just as much as it did before. Or so we're getting Army Navy file for a month ago? I don't know. I think it gives all the top 20, all the scores from college football, like across all the bowl games. Any non-expansion teams that could lose to 0-1 Miami. Non-expansion team? No, the quarterback situation was, like, the quarterback in Miami, they had a better quarterback, yes. But Miami's quarterback situation that year obviously did not work out in the NFL. My god, the yelling on this is insane. Right, it wasn't exactly a bowl game, yeah. Well, they're doing, like, playoff games from FCS from, like, the first round. It's weird. I don't know why it does that. Hawks train Young to the Wizards. Well, Young wanted to go to the Wizards, so I'm confused by that. But the other thing with that is that they got nothing in return. The Hawks got nothing. They got no draft picks attached. That's a crap trade for the Hawks. Let's get NBA Cup final scores. It's not even the Cup final scores. All right, let me get rid of the college games. Let me try that. That's getting a bit insane. Oh, the Lions are 0-1 Hurricanes? Lions. Hang on. Like, she was at a bar, grill, that seemed to be a restaurant Creighton students hung out at. As a 29-year-old dad, I felt very old being there. Yeah, it's weird, like I went to Tempe town. Like, I went to Tempe a lot when I was a first-year law student, and then I went back, like, 3 years later, and I'm like, wait, I feel very old here. World Cup 22 final scores. Knicks smelt their NBA Cup to reserve a little dignity they have left. They didn't raise a banner, so they pretty much did that. For all intents and purposes, that they pretty much did that. And Piplup turning off the lights. Oh, God. Oh, my God. This is insane. This ASMR, man. Oh, that was good, JFK. That's good. All right. So, we got this ChatGPT in the queue. Again, clock's going to hit 0 in just a little bit, and then we'll be live in a little bit for the Ole Miss game. But here we go. Williams. And the game doesn't start for another, 2.5 hours? So we still have plenty of time. So let's keep that in mind. We have plenty of time. But $5 more gets you in at this point for this Q&A overtime portion. So just keep that in mind. $5 more gets you in. No OT tonight after the game is done because karaoke night. The song for half off is Let's Dance. Mandatory raise a banner? I thought so too. But apparently not because the Knicks did not raise a banner. So it just makes the Lakers look that much dumber. And that's stupider to do it. All right. Here we go. Gil Gunnarsson represents Williams, and Washington has blue-haired lawyer on their side. Here we go. Your Honor, I represent the University of Washington's football program and its deeply wounded vibes. Hi, Gil Gunnarsson for Mr. Williams. I had co-counsel, but he transferred. Mr. Gunnarsson, is your client present? Yes, Your Honor. And you understand this is a civil matter regarding an alleged breach of contractual obligations and timing that everyone agrees looks really bad, right? I understand the allegation. Good. Mr. Bluehair, opening statement. Your Honor, ladies and gentlemen of the court, this case is about commitment, loyalty, and not entering the portal while your entire team and coaching staff are attending a teammate's funeral. Oh, yeah, today would have been Bowie's birthday. He died early January 16, right? It was like January 4th or something like that. Protest outside Staples Center to get rid of the banner. Well, there needs to be a protest outside the center to change the name back from crypto. Will they get rid of the NBA Cup? Never. Unfortunately, it's here to stay because Adam Silver's dumb. And the players would revolt if they got rid of the cup at this point because it's more money for the players. They revolt. All good going. Still appreciate you, man. Washington honor the agreement. Facilities coaching, NIL opportunities, purple uniforms at Sebo still clash for gold. And in return, the defendant allegedly packed his bags for LSU at the worst possible moment, causing emotional distress, roster imbalance, and 3 assistant coaches angrily subtweet. Truly the greatest harm. We seek an injunction blocking the transfer and, if possible, public shaming within NCAA guidelines. Noted. Mr. Gunnarsson, thank you, Your Honor. This is a case about freedom and opportunity, and also contracts, which I did read most of. Oh, man, the papers are all over. My apologies, guys. My client is just a young man trying to follow his dreams to LSU, where there are lights and tigers and presumably a depth chart. Objection, speculation. Sustain the score, not pretend anyone understands LSU's quarterback room. Make it all Mac Cloud team? Yep, I'm with you. I'm with you. Right, fans say they... believe me, I'm with you. They should get rid of the cup. It's stupid. I hate it. Believe me, I'm with you. They won't do it, but I'm with you. May at least lower ticket price? Yeah. Is it even a sellout? No. No, it is not. But they're going to move it around. They're probably going to move it around for the golf against the Panthers. Yeah, that. McDaniel in-game management skills were just not good. They just were not good at all. Now, they're trying to move the cup around. They're not going to go I don't think they're going to Vegas next year. I think they're going to try playing it at Cameron. They're going to try playing it at Duke University. They're going to move it around, which, take it for what it's worth. Right, of course. So the timing, while unfortunate, was coincidental. My client didn't know everyone was at a funeral. Mr. Gunnarsson, there are photographs of the entire staff at the funeral. Yes, well, funerals are very common, statistically. Sit down. Cup or not the playoffs are so stupid as yes. Yep, Emirates NBA Cup. Yep, they got to get that oil money. The university calls the head coach. Coach, where were you when you learned Mr. Williams entered the portal? At a funeral. My phone buzzed during the eulogy. And how did that make you feel? Like recruiting was pointless and love was dead. No further questions. Just see what they do with Four Nations. That's what they're trying to do with the All-Star game this year. Which, I don't think it's going to work, but it's something. Coach, isn't it true that college football is a business? Yes. And in business, people leave jobs all the time. Not during funerals. Right. Have you ever left a job? Yes. During a funeral? No. No further questions. I call my client, Evan Williams. Has to Super Bowl get a corporate sponsor? They'll never get a sponsor, but they could do presented by. I mean, they do that already for the conference championships. What was it, Rocket Mortgage? Or TurboTax? Like, yeah, Intuit. Yeah, they do like the AFC championship presented by TurboTax. So, like, I could see this at some point for the Super Bowl. Like, presented by, but they'll never call it the Capital One Super Bowl. They'll never do that. But they could do presented by. That wouldn't shock me. Wes, what's that? Did you intend to hurt the Watch Football program? Right, Pepsi hats, I'm sure. Yeah, that's different than the actual game. Like the actual show itself is a lot different than that. No, I intend to improve my situation. And did you know everyone was at a funeral? I knew some were available. Objection, euphemism. Sustain, this isn't a press conference. We'll have to get a new sponsor. Apple Music. I mean, Apple's got so much money. Apple will probably never. Apple's money to burn. They're one of the mega corporations at this point. It makes a lot of sense, too, because you can then stream on Apple Music, and you make money off of that. So, yeah. Return Attack sponsored conference zone. Yep. Issues with the NBA Cup, it means absolutely nothing. It's actually better if you're a fan of a team to go 3-1 and miss than go 3-1 and make it. It gives you uneven number of home games, so the schedule is off balance, and it means literally nothing. Just a way to have players who are sitting out make more money. You say you respected Washington? Yes. Even as you left? Yes. Then, why are we here? Mr. Gunnarsson, that is an excellent question, one you should have asked yourself before law school. That's a great one. Naming convention should be required to match the way the Rose Bowl game does it. Yep, I'm with you on that one. I'm with you. So, well, 69% by Saudi Arabia Public Investment Fund. Yep. NBC Scoreboard, I'm not too worried. I think it's going to be good. They're usually very good with their bugs. They don't reinvent the wheel. They've never had a bad bug. So, I'm not too worried. I'm not too worried. Your Honor, the NCAA may be the Wild West, but contracts still matter, timing matters, and maybe, just maybe, don't portal out while your teammates are grieving. Your Honor, my client just wants to play football, and I just want to keep my law license. Please, please, please. I've heard enough. The court finds that while transferring is legal, the defendant's timing was tone deaf. I deny the injunction, but I order Williams to issue an apology and Mr. Gunnarsson to attend 12 hours of continuing legal education. Only 12? Oh, thank you so much, Your Honor. And for the love of God, stop recruiting during funerals. Even the Peach Bowl at one point, yep. So represented by WAF. Alright, Dosaki 2-point conversion? I can see that at some point. How Fox might only last 1 year? That assumes they have standards. I will say it's better than last year because at least they have the logos and not the abbreviations to make it seem like they didn't have the rights to the league, so they just had look like one of those bugs you see on those TVs at Best Buy. What the Gator will become? Oh god, I don't even know. What do the Gator will become? Oh man, they change it like every year. They change the game every year. Tax Slayer Gator Bowl. They used to be the Tax Slayer Bowl. So at least it's now the Tax Slayer Gator Bowl. But it used to, they change it all the time. Dang, I'll allow it. I'll allow it because I need to see this. I will allow it. Clock's at 0.5 weeks more gets to at this point, but I'll allow scripted. Because why the heck not? Which game do you want, Dan? Get you on the call for it. Which game do you want? Appreciate you, man. I will allow this one. Where if it only have logos? I'm not sure they're going to reinvent the wheel too much. So where we left off, the scriptwriter. Wildflower has escaped the basement. The wheat record will become, I have no idea. Kansas, all right, get you on Kansas. How's it going, Daniel? Appreciate tuning. OG Bulls should keep the old name. They should. I'm with you. Oh, Wildflower. Worst logo, World Cup 26 Salt Lake City Olympics. I mean, the World Cup logo is just so lazy. Did they change the Olympic logo? At least the font on that one's cool. The World Cup logo sucks. Kidnapping is bad. That is true. You know, it's a Stroud's home. Poor Strouds. Grossi got very lucky that the Patriots and Texans just won so many games this year. The new Cracker Barrel? Cracker Barrel was the worst one. A cannabis bowl sponsor? I mean, we have the Soup Dog Bowl, so it pretty much is a cannabis sponsor at this point. And my thought goes back to the basement. The worst Big Four logo, the Thunder, they're up there. I'll give it to you, yeah. I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you. The Jets lost their accent. Oh, no. Yep, need the tiebreakers. Does that ever look happy? No, never. Yeah, nobody's going to be around for that one, Banjo. Unless they do a 1 month season every year. Like UFC. Saints going to throw the game for the Bucks. Still miss. Yeah, that logo, I don't even know what it's supposed to represent. Alright, Bucks giving Saints a cookie. It's not going to help. Okay, the cookie's good. Oh, he will make one cookie. Gave it away for nothing. Jason, go back to Seals in the old logo? Oh, we all agree. They will go back to that once they build a new stadium in 27. That's my guess. Or 28. So next 2 years, we're going to stay with what we got, and then 28, we're going to be... Oh, poor Pierce. Poor Alec Pierce. The Hunchback of Notre Dame. Oh, man. Grozzy singing Hellfire in a Bucks uniform. I did not see coming. We got permission to the car company to have that as alternate. Yes, 100%. Right, teal should be the main color. Yes. Oh, no, it will be. I mean, it is the main color. Teal is our main color. Like, we haven't used the black unis all season. the Ole Miss game tonight? Yep. We're going to be live for that one. Ole Miss against Miami. We're live. I also have the Strouds against Don Rogers. Oh, God. Strouds against Don Rogers. Uh-oh. An arrangement. Oh, boy. Oh. Jaguars never threatening for the Jags lose the logo. How is it different from the leaping lion the Lions lose? They were not dumb. No, they have to protect their trademark. They have to protect it. It's very different. Extremely different. Here's the thing. Brand similarity is a big thing. So, the leaping lion logo? It's very different. Very different. So, like, here's the Jaguar logo that you see on cars. Here's the Jaguar logo. Lion logo, there's no similarities. Yeti versus Coolers. I think Jaguar football versus car had a better case. Or, I think Yeti versus Coolers had I think you could have done the Yeti for hockey. Like, there's no similarity here between a lion facing like this and a Jaguar facing like this. Versus Primetime Soap. If you're on Fox. Oh, he said done. He said done. Not The Simpsons, right? It's not The Simpsons. So, like, those are the logos. There's no similarity. Now, this one, it's extremely similar. That one, yeah. Jaguar versus Jaguar, yep. This is why. That is very similar. Oh, how could it get fired? Here we go. Like, oh, fire. Like this logo versus this. They mirror the Jumping Jaguar logo. Like, there's a lot of similarities. There's a lot. Oh no, they fire again. He's doing Super Tramp? Wait. What's the lore behind Goodbye Stranger with Goodbye Morris? What's the lore with that? So he'll play next season? I think it's bought out. Maybe Cleveland. It is similar, but I don't think I copied it. At the very least, the old Jags head logo instead of a regular head-on leaping logo. I fire him on his birthday. They can't bring it back? It's complicated. It's very complicated. Oh, wow. Scriptwriter is going in. McDaniel was going to say in 26. Me too. I think it's a little bit worth it celebrating. Good job, Browns. That's amazing. I didn't realize until now the Browns never showed up. I legit did not realize until this episode the Browns did not show up all season on Scripted. That's incredible. Oh, man. That was amazing. Cowboys extend... Pickens, yes. Williams, I'm going to say... The running back market's pretty competitive this offseason, so we'll see on that. It won't be like the first day, but Pickens, they'll extend before the draft. Or not before the draft, before free agency even starts, I would think. OT over? No, but $5 more gets you in at this point. $5 more gets you in. OT is not over, but we'll hop off in like 2 minutes if we have nothing else. Dolphins over Bill Parcells. They had him on the staff before. How the Bills screw up this time. We're going to find out. So, see what takes against Q. Audio video chat with you. Sporkle quiz. What if sports? Yeah, Browns to know a movie. Quinn Williams? Oh, they'll extend him. Yeah. Yeah, they'll definitely extend him. You're not making that trade. There's no universe you make that trade without extending him. You don't give a first round, a second round pick to not extend the guy. Have Parcells as head coach at this point for the 5th time. Yeah, Tony Dungy, that was another one, yeah. Worked out well for both sides. So it can happen. The good news for me is that Allen's not on the road in the postseason. That's the good news. Again, I think we're going to score on them. I'm not worried about our offense. I think our offense has been clicking the last month and a half. The Bills' defense a bit banged up. Especially if Shaq can't go. I think they're a bit banged up. Ravens have interviewed Davis Webb for the head coaching job. That just got announced. Ravens lost Mahomes to Burrow. Or, no, Texans. But that was before he was good. But he did lose to the Texans. But I just don't know about our defense. And to be fair, our defense is playing very well. But the pass rush, I'm iffy on the pass rush. One-on-one coverage, I'm not sure what we're going to be able to do. Now, granted, the receivers are not great, but obviously Allen can extend plays like no one's business. We haven't really faced a quarterback in a while that can extend plays. Yeah, he pretty much left on his own terms everywhere, yeah. Not actually, in sense, Allen Cook. Yeah, you would think. You would think. We just have to play our game. Neutralize Bills' run game enough. And we've done a great job of that all season. We have the number 1 run defense in football. So, we've done a good job at that all season. Like, I think we should be able to score on them. The question is our defense. Our defense has been very good, but we haven't played a quarterback as good as Josh Allen in quite some time. The last time we did, Stafford destroyed us. They've not been canceled. Let's go. Let's go. Membership of the Eagles with the Niners. All right. We will see what happens. We will see on that one. So, like, I'm worried about this game because it's a playoff game, but no, it's been a heck of a ride. It's just been a heck of a ride. Feels weird that Chiefs not being in the playoffs? Yeah, very much. I'm not complaining, but it does feel weird not seeing Mahomes in the playoffs. Fine by me. Play Mahomes? Not. Well, Stafford was the last one we played. Stafford was the last one we played. And Mahomes was very good against us. Mahomes played well. Stafford was the last one we played. Stafford was before the bye week. Since the bye week, we haven't played anyone like Stafford. Right, Bo Nix's not that elite here. No, he's not. When he was in Dallas, he overachieved? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Buccaneers skipping bowls, they should not do that. The Bucs should not have done that. I think it's a mistake. And Gamana gets back in the number 1 spot. Appreciate you, man, on that one. Yeah, Bucks, I don't think Bowles is that good. I think he lost the locker room, and I think he could be a midseason firing next year because I think he's already lost that locker room. So, yeah, that'll get you number 1. There you go. Gets in the number 1 spot. Only good quarterbacks to be this year, Purdy, Knicks, Mahomes. We beat Mahomes. But other than that, yeah. So, Allen's a different breed of quarterback. But we'll see. We will see. I'm excited. It's going to be a high-scoring game. We're not going to get a 10-3 playoff game like we did the last time we played the Bills. There's no way the game ends 10-3. I will put it that way. There is no way the game is going to be 10-3. Yeah, me too, Wills. Me too on that one. I did not see that coming at the start of the season. On the end, I saw Seattle at the start of the season being the top 2 team. I forgot Mahomes. Yep, and Mahomes. But we're going to put up points. The question is, can we stop them? This could be one of those games that ends 38-34. This could be a really high scoring game. The Dolphins' best move of the season getting rid of Greer. Yep, and now they can clean house. Watch the game end 10-3. There's no way. I don't see a universe where the game ends 10-3. I just don't see it. Like, I could see the Jaguars-Bills one from 2017 because that was Saxonville and Tyrod Taylor against Blake Bortles, but not this one. Especially, I haven't checked the weather. The weather in Jacksonville, it's going to be a 65, cloudy, 10% chance. All right, I'll take that. I'll take that. Eagles Bills on 3-12. Yeah, but that's Spatulo's offense. That's Spatulo. That was also horrible conditions. There was also rain, Spatulo's offense. The Jaguar offense has been, like, dominant as of late. The Jaguars, ever since Trevor went to the wristband, it's been insanity. The last 5 games, the Jags have scored 182 points. They're averaging 36 per game over the last 5. So I don't know how it's ending 10-3. So I guess we'll see. But Cam Ward looked very good with the first drive against us. And Josh Allen, I see a lot of similarities with how Josh Allen plays and how Cam Ward looked that first drive. So I'm kind of terrified. Cats have thrown interceptions? Not as of late. I don't know what you've been watching the last few games. But Trevor Lawrence has played an MVP level the last 6 weeks. They're 2 against Colts. He threw 1. I mean, this is, look, Trevor, for I've ragged on the guy before. This is MVP numbers. The last 6 games, these are MVP numbers. It's one of your Jags is the Broncos, good friend of the Bears. I appreciate that, Wheels. Appreciate you, man. Chargers, Buffalo, Houston, Philly, Rams, Bears. That would not shock me at all. Although I think New England beats the Chargers. I think that offensive line for the Chargers is going to get them killed. High scoring game of the weekend, Bills, Jags on the field. I would take Jags, Bills. That's a good prop bet. Like, this is MVP level. I'm not saying it's going to win the MVP because obviously this is over a 6-game stretch. And obviously May and Stafford did over a whole season. But the last 6 games, ever since he went to the wristband, this is an MVP quarterback. I mean, over the course of an entire season, that's a guy with those stats. It's insane. If the Chargers were in the Super Bowl Common Championships, one would be Saturday, one would be Sunday. It happened before with the Giants and the Jets hosting the wildcard round, and back then, the wildcard round was only on Sunday. You had 2 games on Sunday, so the Giants and Jets both hosted wildcards, so they had to move one of the games to Saturday. So that's what would happen. One would be Saturday, one would be Sunday, or they do one Sunday and then one Monday night. But my guess would be Saturday, Sunday. It would have to be Saturday, Sunday. There's no way to do it. Right, Patulo is not that good. It's going to affect him. I think so, too. I think so. Niners being the Eagles, I think so as well. I think all the lower seeds in the NFC win except for the Packers. I think Packers are too banged up. In my picks, and then I'll link a bracket during the game. My picks for wild card round: we're gonna go Jaguars, we're gonna go Patriots, we're gonna go Texans, we're gonna go Bears, Niners, Seahawks. Not Seahawks, Rams. That's what I meant. Yeah, like if Trevor plays like this, we're not losing. If Trevor plays like he has the last 6 games, we are not losing. Problem is Cole Van Landen going to be healthy? I don't know. Cole Van Landen's injured. He hasn't practiced yet. I'm worried that he's not going to be healthy. Jarian Jones, I'm not worried about. He's on the injury report, but that's with an illness. But if you lose Van Landen, you lose your franchise left tackle, we're in some trouble at that point. Trevor could be he could be a dead duck at that point. Johnson, Clovis, and Harbaugh? You know, I think they could. I think they got talent on that team. I think that team just needs to learn how to finish games. And granted, is Harbaugh the right guy for that? I don't know. Because Harbaugh doesn't really finish games. Only agree on the Rams? Did we only agree on the Rams? No, we agree on the Texans. No, we have Texans. We both have Texans winning that. You have Rams, Packers, Jags, Niners, Pats, Steelers. I would not complain about that. You don't think any of the wild cards in the AFC lose? AFC, I think Houston, Buffalo win. I can see that. Eagles second round exits to the Bears. Commanders going to call McDaniel immediately. Oh, look, every team with a vacancy for OC is going to be higher. Is going to be looking at McDaniel. Every single team with a vacancy is going to be looking at it. No, look, Buffalo's favored. No, that game's a toss-up. You look at the odds. That game's a toss-up. That game is a complete toss-up. That'd be a great movie life. If they could do that, they're going back to the playoffs. That's a great stuff. Titans interview Arthur Smith. Not surprised, just because Arthur Smith was with the team for a little bit. He was their OC. So, just courtesy interview. I get it. Familiarity there. Yeah, I mean, the Bills are favored by 1.5. I'm starving enough to want a Thursday Night Football playoff game and start being a terrible idea. Oh, that'd be a terrible idea. But man, can you imagine? Right, for non-biased reasons, you have Eagles, yes. Yeah, well, the highest over-under is the Jaguars game. Yeah, Bills are 1.5 point favorites. So, Steelers win. Does Aaron Rodgers retire? Yes, I think so. Going on a high note. But they're not going to win the Super Bowl this year. I don't think so. Diablo got consolation prize for OC? Yes, absolutely. How's Buffalo favors a 6 seed? I mean, Josh Allen. I think a lot of people bet logo and not team. And they're betting on, the Bills have been there before the Jags. No one's watched the Jaguars this season. I think so too, Nick. I think so too. I think no one's watched the Jags this year. Let's call it for what it is. No one has watched Jacksonville this year. People have watched Buffalo for the last half decade. So I don't think people realize the Jaguars. And Vegas is placed to that. Pittsburgh, the lowest seed. Yeah, they were the 6th. Yes, they were the 6th seed that year. Then Bettis retired. Yep. Yeah, Packers were the low seed in 2010. They were the 6th seed. But yeah. I'm not surprised Buffalo's favored. Right, Thursday week 18 game, I can maybe see a Thursday playoff game working, but no, you can't do it. Plus, you have to get people to travel on short notice, on 3 days' notice. It's going to be tough. You couldn't do it. Texas go to the Super Bowl? Oh, I think so, too. I think your brother's got a point. That defense is darn good. And that offense is, if it's even competent, you're okay. Am I going to Harbaugh? No, I think it's going to go to the Giants. Harbaugh's going to the Giants, I think. You know, Texas have a very good shot. Besides the Broncos, so the Jags, when anyone good? Play the Colts and Titans twice. We beat the Chiefs when they were good. Beat the Texans. We beat the Chiefs when they had Mahomes and were healthy and were good. So we've beaten some teams. Pats only 3.5 point favorites, so the Chargers line is shocking. Yeah, I'm a bit surprised with that. Bit surprised. I barely with the Cardinals, that is true. But look, ever since the wristband, right, May takes too much pressure away. Can't have pressure on the Chargers if a D-line do so. Yes, they do. Look, I think you have to look at the Jaguars as before wristband, after. Yeah, we beat the Niners. Yes, we beat the Niners on the road. They're a good team. Before wristband, after wristband. Right decision? Yes, McDaniel had to go. McDaniel 100% to go. Cowboys CC higher, I think Gannon. 100% the right move to get rid of McDaniel. He was not good at management, and he was not good at talking and managing relationships. Chargers get to leave the concern clock. Yes, they can. Although, again, you have Mill Williams now, so it's a little bit different. You have Mill Williams now, so the run defense is going to be a lot better. Ever since Trevor put the wristband on, he has been money. So, it's a lot different. What's wristband? Basically, instead of memorizing the plays, was Mac at the game? No, that was Purdy. That was Purdy. Probably would have lost with Mac, though, because Purdy was not, fully healthy. Chargers past game was an LAB pickup, yes. Right, and we have the Chargers, yes. We've been some good teams this year. We've been some darn good teams. Wristband just tells you what the plays are, so you don't have to memorize them. It's basically like a cheat sheet to tell you, instead of having to memorize, okay, red 98, Z42, blue, you just say play number 7 on the wristband. And that's what it is. If I was on Committee Center when the Jags go and they were 5 seeds, I'd put in 4. No, you can't put in 4. No, but that's why there's no committee. All right. On that note, I think we're going to sign off here and I'll get everything ready for the next game with Miami Ole Miss. Right, no, the one was his fault. No. The one, that was a back shoulder throw. That was his fault. The pick against the Colts, that was his fault. In the red zone, that was an underthrown ball. That was his fault. Yeah, it's Super Bowl bust for the Bills this year. Right, Mill Williams last game, I'm pretty sure Dolphins were in range to score points before you were for that pick. Yep, that is true, but remember that was his first game back, so it's a little bit different. It was his first game back. Yeah, it's a roll bust for Buffalo this year. All right, we're still in the wrong round? No, that was a different game. That was a different game. I'm trying to remember which one that one was. That was not that one. You know, the Colts one, that one was on Trevor. This one was entirely on Trevor. That was a one-on-one back shoulder throw, and he underthrew it. Size get better corner, I think Jane back is all they need. Yeah, question is, can't stay healthy. Well, he needs to get a better defense. I mean, the front seven is bad and old. The front seven is really old and really bad. Is that for Vestibule? Yep, I am too. All right, on that note, I'm going to sign off here. We'll get everything ready for the next game, which will be live for that. I'm going to start the stream at like 4:30 or 6:30. You know the drill now. I'll be live for an hour before, get the countdown clock going. We'll go from that. Yeah, it's one play, but man, yeah, that was a bad one. So, appreciate all you guys tuning in. JG9 sign off. I will see you guys for the Fiesta Bowl stream. McDermott fire with the loss, and it depends how they lose. I'm going to say no, but if they lose in a bloodbath or they lose on poor in-game management skills, yes. So it depends. Appreciate you guys tuning in. I'll see you guys in just a little bit.